Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. We are group number one from FHRM. So for this assignment, we have chosen the topic called merger and acquisition, and which is followed by some examples. So talking about merger and acquisition, first I will like to explain about it and tell about its meaning. So merger is a kind of like it describes when two form approximately of the same size to join and to form a single entity which are legally operated and that remain separately owned and operated rather than being two separate entities. And they subsequently form a new firm on the basis of their requirement or whatever the reasons are to form a new corporation which are run by the people of that both organization. And talking about acquisition, next slide. Okay, so acquisition refers to the it is a situation where a company takes over to the another entity and it establishes themselves as a new owner of that company. So from a legal point of view, the old company that exits from the market and the company who have acquired the new company becomes the new leader in the market, which is continue under same brand name or traded under the same company name, and while the target company stock ceases to trade. So this is the situation of acquisition, and there are certain reasons for merger and acquisition, which is mentioned like improving company's performance and accelerate growth, and to increase the economic of scale, to cover the diversification of higher growth and market, and to increase market share, and all the for the reason of tax consideration and diversification of risks. So these are the main reasons for which people go for merger and acquisition. And the next point is described by Kritan.
Good afternoon, everyone. Here I am going to describe about the types of merger and acquisitions. There are particularly five types of mergers and acquisition. They are conglomerate merger and acquisition, horizontal, vertical, and concentric merger and acquisition. Let's discuss about conglomerate merger and acquisition. It is a merger between the firms that are involved in totally unrelated business activities. The conglomerate merger and acquisition are further divided into pure and mixed type of conglomerate. A pure conglomerate means merger of two companies which have nothing in common, but mixed conglomerate merger and acquisition means that merging between two companies which are looking for the product extension as well as the market extension. And one real-time example of conglomerate merger and acquisitions are Walt Disney Company and the American Broadcasting Company. Walt Disney Company is all related about the games, and American Broadcasting Company is all related about the advertisement and broadcasting company. So they both are the unrelated business. They both involved in the unrelated business activities, but merger happen, which leads to the conglomerate merger and acquisition. And next types is horizontal merger and acquisition. Uh, this means that merger between the company in the same industry. These mergers can happen to increase their market share or economies of scale, as well as in order to make their product diversified. And the the recent example of horizontal merger and acquisition is Vodafone and Idea. It gift of competition to Airtel, and the reasons behind merging of Vodafone and India is its competitor Reliance Jio, which came with the less cost product. And third merger and acquisition is vertical merger and acquisition. It is a merger between two companies producing different goods and services for one specific finished product. The company and its example are a textile company merging with a cotton yarn manufacturer is an example of vertical merger. It helps the textile company to have control over its raw material. When you merge with the company who can supply the raw material to your company, then it will be beneficial for you. You need not to go to the different suppliers and ask for the raw materials. It will be beneficial for you. And the last one is concentric merger and acquisition. Concentric merger and acquisition is the combination of two or more firms operating in industry related to each other in terms in terms of consumer groups, functions, or technology. In this merger and acquisition, we can take the example of computer system manufacturer with a UPS manufacturer. We know that it is required to operate computer. It is not beneficial without the UPS system in the computer system to operate. So they are both needed. One, these all about the types of merger and acquisition. Now Kritana will take forward.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will be here discussing about the advantages of merger and acquisition. What the company get after they are the advantages or the importance that will be taken by the company after the merger and acquisition. First is the increase in market share. When the company merges, the new company gain a larger market share and gets ahead in the competition. If the two companies get merged or one company acquires the another company, then they will get the new customer, they will get the different place to develop their business, so it will increase their market share. Next is reduce the cost of operation. Companies can achieve the economies of scale after the merger and acquisition. For example, they can such as bulk buying of the raw material, which can result in the cost reduction, and then the company can also invest on the asset and spread out over a larger output, which lead to the technical economies. And through the shared market budgeting increase, it will help in increase the purchasing power, and it will also decrease the cost of the company. And the third advantage that the company will get is about the replication, and also it will decrease the competition. Some companies producing the similar product may merge together, and they can eliminate the duplication of the product or eliminate it, and it will help to eliminate the competition. Buying up the new intellectual property product or the service may be cheaper than developing your one property yourself. It will reduce your cost as well as the competitors are decreased, so you can get the more profit from that. And next one is expand the business into the new geographical area. A company seeking to expand its business in a certain geographical area may merge with another similar company operating in the same area to get the business started. It will be difficult for the only one company to start or develop their business in different regions or different geographical area. So if they get merged, then it would be easier for them to establish a new business in different geographical area. It will also reduce their cost and help them to get the new customer. And further part will be explained by Prasansa.
Thank you, Kritina. Now, let us move toward the steps in merger and acquisition. We all have already known about what is merger and acquisition, its types, as well as what are the importances of merger and acquisition. So, the major steps that are taken while conducting merger and acquisition by a company are: 1. First step is developing strategies. The merger and acquisition process starts with the development of an strategies, which includes various aspects. The major motivation behind the merger and acquisition transaction process, the types of transaction that they want to conduct, the amount of capital they are willing to spend for the transaction are some of the factors that must consider while developing this strategy. Step number 2, identifying targets. After buyer has developed the merger and acquisition strategies, they need to identify the potential targets in the market which actually fit their criteria. First of all, they will list out all the possible targets that they can approach to, and then they will start contacting the targets in order to express their interest in them. And the main purpose in this step is to obtain their information about the target, their and the measures of their interest in such transactions, so that they both can merge or acquire each other. Next one is step 3, information exchange. After the initial conversation goes on and both the parties have shown their interest in merger and acquisition, they both begins to start their initial documentation process, where a letter of intent is officially expressed, and they will sign the document confidentially. ensure that they are willing to go under the merger and acquisition. Further proceeding and discussion will not go out, and after that after the whole information is exchanged about the financial company's financials, its history, both the company can better assess the benefits of this merger and acquisition as compared so that it can be more beneficial for its stakeholder. Next one is valuation and synergy. After both sides have the information about the counterparty, they begins to assess the target and of the whole deal as a whole. The seller will be trying to determine what would be the good price that would result for the shareholders. Shareholders will gain from the deal, and the seller will try to assess what would be the reasonable offer for the target. Both the buyer and seller here will try to assess their level of advantages in synergies and in merger and acquisition, so that they can actually reduce the cost and increase the market power. After the valuation and synergy, they both will go under offer and negotiation. After the buyer has completed their valuation and assessment of the buyer, they will submit an offer letter to the shareholders of the company that they are going to acquire. The offer could be cash offer as well as stock offer. The seller analyzes the offer and will negotiate it for a better price if they feel that the offer is not so reasonable. This step can take a long time to be completed because neither party wants to give the upper hand to another, and they don't want to hurry the deal. Another common problem that can be seen in these steps is if the target is very attractive entity, then there could be more possible chances and more possible buyers. So there is a competition among the buyer to offer the better price for the expected company. Finally, in due diligence, after the target will accept the offer from the buyer, and buyer will go through a due diligence of the target entity. It will review every aspect of the target entity, including its product, customer base, financial book, human resources, and so on. And the main objective of this step is to ensure that there won't be any problem in information which was provided earlier by the buyer, and which on the basis of which information the offer would be made. So if any problems occurs in this case, it will lead to revision for overall information that has happened in the previous stages. Finally, after all these steps is completed till this one, they will go for a purchase agreement. They assumes that after all the things has goes well, and they will ensure that they have get the proper government approval, as well as they are not breaking any laws. So they will begin to draft the final agreement and outlines the cash or stock which they are going to give to the target shareholder. It includes the time in which such payment would be made and for the stakeholder. And finally, at the end, they will close the deal and integrate with each other. In this step, after the purchase agreement has been finalized, both the parties will close the deal by signing the document, and buyer will gain the control over the target. Post the closure of the deal, the management team of both the entities work together to integrate them and merge the entity. This is all about the steps in merger and acquisition. Thank you.
Hello. So talking about the example, so we have came up with some examples for merger and acquisition. So I will be explaining about Amazon, who buys Whole Foods in 2017. So as we all know that Amazon is a e-commerce site, and it is a ranked organization, and that it would be buying high-end organic grocery chain, which is Whole Foods, for $13.7 billion, and this offer officially closed at the end of the 2017, which was considered as one of the biggest acquisition in the history. And while this acquisition has been very difficult at the initial stages of acquiring phase, but as the time passes, the physical stores of Amazon, which provides the company a strong entryway into the competitive grocery and food industry, and which at the end of the time becomes a very profitable acquisition strategy. So this is the.
I will be discussing about here the Sun Pharmaceuticals acquires the Ranbaxy. I will tell about the merger and acquisition of these two companies. This is the classic example of share swap deal. As per the deal, the Ranbaxy shareholder will get the 4 shares of Sun Pharma for every 5 shares held by them, leading to the 16.4 dilution in the equity capital of Sun Pharma, whose total equity value is $3.2 billion, $2 billion US, and the deal size is 4 billion US, valuing the Ranbaxy at 2.2 times last 12 months sales. And the reason for the acquisition was this is the good acquisition for Sun Pharma, as it will help the company to fill the therapeutic gaps in the US, get the better access to the emerging market, and also strengthen its presence in the domestic market. Sun Pharma will also become the number 1 generic company in the dermatology space. That was, and next example will be explained by Preeti.
It doesn't mean that all the merger and acquisition will be successful in their way. There are some merger and acquisition which will fail drastically. Here I came with a small case late in which it shows that the two mergers become failed. That is Daimler-Benz and Chrysler. Daimler-Benz bought Chrysler in 1998 and combined to form Daimler-Chrysler, a $37 billion automotive giant that had a massive presence both sides of the Atlantic. However, the cultural clash between two companies were cited as a key reason for the failure that led Daimler to selling Chrysler in 2007 for $7 billion. In this case, we can see that the efficient, conservative, and safe culture of Daimler clashed with the daring, diverse, and creating culture of Chrysler. The due diligence work carried up front had not properly assessed the challenge both organizations faced in the working with each other. In this case, we can see that the process of steps in merger and acquisition in due diligence, it was not successfully carried out, and does not care about the cross-cultural conflict that might happen in the organization. And also the transaction was described as a merger of equals, and this was not reality within the organization. Chrysler had obviously been taken over, and there was a little trust between two organizations. A failure on this scale shows the importance of thorough and objective due diligence process. In this case, we can understand that only the merger and acquisition will not lead to the success, but steps and process should do in well mannered, so that it lead to the success factor. In merger and acquisition, both the companies will be benefited, not only single business need to be benefited. Thank you. Next will be described by Prashant.
Thank you, Kriti. Now, as we have already known about the steps in merger and acquisition, I want to integrate it with the example of Accenture and the creative agency Droga 5. So Accenture has completed its acquisition of Droga 5, which is one of the most innovative and influential creative agency, in April 3rd, 2019. The New York-based agency is now as a part of Accenture Interactive, and which is actually boosting its capabilities and experience. And now the agency is able to design, build, and run customer experience and grow brand and business to next level. So how it is actually integrated with the steps in merger and acquisition is something like this. So in first stage of merger and acquisition, there was developing the strategy, which shows that the what is the main motivation main motivation for a company to merge and acquire. So here the Accenture actually try to acquire the Droga 5 for the reason that it can actually increase its distinctive marketplace position, and which will actually help it to lead the brand into a new future. Its major motivation here was to be a leader in the brand. So next is for identifying and contracting targets. Accenture found that the Droga 5 is one of the competent target for them. It is because Droga 5 was highly acclaimed creative agencies, which has actually more than 500 employees in New York as well as London. And it has become very ambitious, influential, and it is doing industry challenging work, which was able to earn awards such as Amazon Prime Video, Tourism Australia, New York Times, and so on. So because of this reason, Accenture was trying to acquire Droga5 so that it can achieve the greater brand name in the marketplace. Finally, they both went to the information exchange and exchange their information, which was done confidentially, and both to their valuation and synergy. Here, the Accenture's Interactive, which was recognized for leading the merger of strategic consulting, ad tech, and creative work, acquired Droga5 and for its transformative ad campaign. And by joining both the forces, both organizations will somehow gain a better position to fulfill their common ambition, that was building a new agency model, and with the new design to deliver client customer with the reward winning brands experience. So because of the common synergies that they gain from this merger and acquisition, they both come to the point that they will do the mergers and acquire, and then they both went to offer, negotiate, do some due diligences so that the law will not be break while doing the acquisition, and they made the purchase agreement on April 3, and finally the deal was closed and the integration was made on May 1st, 2019. So what can be conclusion as a whole is that merger and acquisition can happen regularly, and it can be sometimes a friendly way, or sometimes it can turn out into hostile things. So anyway, the merger and acquisition is actually helps a company to grow in the same business or same industry, as well as they may help the company to expand in the new industries. So the overall process of merger and acquisition, a transaction can either be a lengthy or short, depending on how complex is the business and how complex is the transaction, as well as size. So the time periods may vary from company to company, and as well as the approval from the regulatory body under whom the companies has been governed. This is all about our parts. Thank you. Thank you.